Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Enzo and in today's video we will be taking a closer look at whether or not Winterhold is worth attacking. If you have caught my recent videos on the channel, I have done this type of analysis videos on a few cities already. In addition, I have also explored and analyzed each city's economy. This whole series stemmed from the comment that was left on one of my older videos, so it shows that I can get ideas from anywhere. And I do appreciate it when you guys do leave those comments, whether I respond or not. If you have any thoughts or comments on this video or anything Elder Scrolls related, leave them in the comment section below. Also, we are nearing the 1,000 subscriber mark, so let's make the final push to get there. If you don't think my content completely sucks, consider subscribing. Now, without further ado, let's take a closer look at whether or not Winterhold is worth attacking. When it comes to exploring the lands of Skyrim, I like to look for opportunities, especially for how cities can grow based on their surroundings. In the last couple of videos, we explored Skyrim's northern city of Dawnstar, which is located in rather snowy areas that make it hard for the population to keep warm. But because of its existing mine and fishing docks, it is not difficult for Dawnstar to grow an economy, making it worthwhile to conquer. Now, let's enter Winterhold. It is in a much less hopeful state because of the Great Collapse that pretty much took down half of the city. Apart from the College of Winterhold, which by the time of Skyrim's event has maintained a neutral status, there really isn't much currently worth into directly invading Winterhold if I was looking to take over Skyrim. But that doesn't mean it's completely worthless. Well, there's a reason why Winterhold was established in the first place. Something we know about the region of Winterhold was that it hosted some of Skyrim's oldest and iconic cities, such as Sarthal, home of the legendary Eye of Magnus, the Labyrinthian, and others, making it a site of magical and religious importance. It also has a number of Dwemer dwellings due to Winterhold being mostly consistent with mountains. With all of these established cities, Winterhold is the only one that is near water, likely making it the region's only port city, which in the earlier histories of Tamriel would serve as a good fishing and trading point between the other port cities of Skyrim, as well as expedition and trade with the regions beyond. Even though Winterhold could rebuild and re-establish itself and its fishing ports and trade, the fear stemming from the Great Collapse has made it difficult for the population to attempt those efforts, which is why in the Winterhold economy analysis video, I focused more on archaeological efforts from the city to dig up artifacts and open some sort of museum for enthusiasts to discover more about Skyrim's ancient times, something Winterhold offers more than any of the other holds. Now, while this opportunity could prove to be beneficial to Winterhold's future economy, if I was a warlord, I would not see importance in this. In fact, I think this would be the most definitive no when it comes to a city being worth conquering, at least in the traditional sense of simply taking over and invading. Despite Winterhold's small population, it actually poses more of a threat than Dawnstar, and that is because of the College of Winterhold. Now, it is true that they will remain neutral, but if an army attacks the city right on their doorstep, I hardly see a scenario where the armies would leave the college alone. After realizing that the college does not have many inhabitants specifically in the events of Skyrim, they will attempt to attack with a much larger force. However, even if it comes to that, then the college can hold its own for a while considering its strong magical enchantments that could repel hostile forces, along with the strength of its own mages. This kind of reminds me of the Battle of the Sodden Hill from the Witcher franchise. For those familiar with this lore, a group of mages fought the much larger Nilfgaardian army and was able to repel them back, showing the true strength of mages when they have the magical advantage over sword and spear-wielding brutes in large numbers. No, in order to get to Winterhold, one has to be more prudent. In fact, I would want to isolate Winterhold so that it has no choice but to join this new coalition with the other cities. You actually don't want to get caught in a battle against Winterhold, ironically saying, because it actually is the weakest economy-wise, but what it lacks in resources for the population more than makes up for it with the landmark of the college. Of course, it is possible that Winterhold may attempt to hold out as much as it can, and may even attempt to seek aid from outside of Skyrim through the northern waters. But if the rest of the cities are taken over, then that might be more difficult to achieve. However, if one does want to attempt taking over Winterhold, you would want to outfit some of your troops with armor that can resist magic to help prepare you for a battle should you decide to make this a direct attack, since we would have the help from the court wizards or anyone in our ranks that has the knowledge of armor and weapon enchantment. This approach would make the idea of attacking Winterhold using an army slightly more viable. But let's be honest, all of these ideas are fun and all, but if we are looking at it from a gameplay perspective, then it is quite easy for Winterhold to follow the Dragonborn if they are the Archmage of the college by the time that this conquest scenario plays out. It's almost like when you start a warfare or conquest style of board or video game and you get some regions as starting positions as opposed to you starting out from scratch. So I think it would be an interesting scenario, and you would have to fulfill some pre-requirements by completing other storylines in the game of Skyrim in order to have these certain conditions met. Apart from that, I think if Winterhold was taken over, I don't think it'll be likely that opposing forces would make any efforts to take it over because of the same reason that we would have those initiating concerns about the location and the status of the city. Plus, there are other cities that we would want to allocate more resources for, so Winterhold is likely going to be on the back burner. If they wanted to, especially if you control the college as the Archmage, then you would certainly have an easier time holding a defense using the college itself and its members. And some armies would think twice before trying to attack, whether it be by land or by sea. However, its members are still low in numbers, so some recruitment would be needed if they did decide to go down that route. I do think that one can find opportunities anywhere if they look in the right places. If you saw my video on analyzing the economy of Winterhold, I did present an interesting opportunity in the archaeological sector. Because Winterhold region hosts some of Skyrim's oldest cities in the province, they can dig up some interesting artifacts and learn more about the Dwemer's technology, either to advance their own research or open a museum to increase the tourist sector. Since many people who visit Winterhold currently are on business with the college, then they probably wouldn't mind a visit to a local museum and see what artifacts are there based on their discoveries. I could go further into that, but it might be better if you watch the video. Link will be in the description below, and leave a like while you're there. I would greatly appreciate it. That about ends this analysis video. While from a surface it's easy to say that Winterhold isn't worth conquering, but one can never underestimate what a hold is capable of, especially if it has been around for a while. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more Elder Scrolls content. Other than that, this is Enzo signing out, and I will see you all soon.